Crime Streams, my new service. I'm just giving you a quick overview. This is Perfect Player. The names might have changed on the folders, but they all do the same things. And a network TV, you're going to have your over-the-air networks first. Then all your cable channels will be in alphabetical order. And at the end will be the pay channels. Scrolling through that you can see it. You've got some pay channels there. UK's channels, that's their cable channels. And then at the end is Christian networks. You'll notice that some channels have a low bandwidth option. That's for a low gig device or a 1 gig device, or a lower power devices like the Fire Stick, which is rare, so it'll still play channels if you're streaming something subpar in the bedroom, say. These just load right up. I'm not going to load channels today. I don't want to get any copyright infringements here. Sports networks. It's got quite the sports stuff in here. It's almost everything you would ever need, including 4 Big Ten channels. I'm just running through them for you. BN is the UK. Also, local networks. This is something you didn't have with the other service. It's got 420 local news, local over-the-air networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox. You can find your city and get you some local weather and news, which is nice. So I think for those of you that live close to me, there's Fort Myers and Tampa, which is close enough to get your weather. So there's ABC Tampa. Of course, it's got Orlando, but if you live in other places in the country, you can just pick the city closest to you. These are hit or miss. They're not available on demand, so you just whatever's there is there. He all the time, so you might see something different in the future. Maybe some Sarasota channels. I believe this is Station View, so it's every channel that they are offering. It is all there though. So CBS, there's another Tampa, and you can favorite these items so that it makes it easier to find later. Add to favorites. It puts a little heart next to it, and then when you're scrolling down the list, it makes it easier. You can always delete the other channels, but that could be quite a bit of work. So that's a cool feature. 24/7 TV. That's going to be all your TV shows that just run in the background continuously. He's got quite a few on here. I like it. I watch them at night. May not be exactly what episode I was on, but I might find that it piques my rekindles my interest in some shows that I've seen before, so it's kind of cool. Let's see here. It's got music in here, so most of the music channels, the MC channels you would have gotten with a cable company would be in here. Plus he's got some other stuff. It's hit or miss, but it's always nice to have another way to listen to music. Pay-per-view events, you can find your events when they're loaded up. He's got all of them, man. It's pretty set up. The fight last week was awesome, and that's all included with the service, all pay-per-view, so you won't miss out in anything there. Ooh, sorry, didn't mean to show that. Let's see, Major League Baseball section is kind of cool because it does it by teams. So if your team's playing, you can just click on it. It'll give you options to how many channels you can pick it up on. That's the first I've ever seen this laid out like this. It was kind of cool. again with the other sports. There's some other countries. He doesn't have as much as the other service, but you know, quite frankly, I never watched them anyway, so they're just there. Nice Latino section. It's huge. I mean, that's 140 Latino channels, including newer movies that just play. So that's kind of nice. Let's see. Hockey. Can't go wrong with that. They're listed at the time of play. It gives you the time. He's really good about keeping the events with times. It's not up there way before, but the day of the events, you should be able to look on these guides and find out every game you want on there. He's got all the Canada channels, which are super good high def for hockey, so you can't really go wrong. You'll get those each individual games 8 ways but Sunday. NFL and college, he's got both passes, so the game day mix at the time, I don't think there's anything playing today. Well, at this time anyway. There's some games tonight there, which it has them listed. But like tomorrow, if you click game day mix, that's going to be 4 games on one screen, which is really handy. If you're just trying to check, you might want to switch. Your game's boring, you might want to pick another one that's a little closer. So it's an easy to do that. Personally, it drives me nuts seeing that many games on one screen, but a lot of people like it. NFL works the same way, and you'll have all the teams up here. You'll see the low bandwidth channels, so you got backups for everything. So you really can't go wrong if you're looking for college or NFL games. You're not going to miss anything here. And quite frankly, it's easier to use and find than the other way. Adult channels, they're available upon request. I think there's like 500 movies on demand and 38 live channels. You know, to each his own. Unless you ask for it or to say that you want it, it'll just be a blank section. If you click on it, nothing will be there. So don't worry for those of you that do not appreciate that. Movies. This is Imperfect Player, but you can see these are first run releases and load right up and play, and quite well actually. It's really works well. So I'm not going to keep going with that, but give it a copyright. Avoid a copyright. What's really cool is the 4K section. There's 140 4K movies that again just load right up and play correctly. They don't lag, they don't buffer. It's pretty nice. You've got the ability to play with not Imperfect Player, but if you use their app, you can play it in your VLC or your MX player or whatever player you have loaded, which makes it easy because you'll know where the fast forward and rewind buttons are, and it just makes it easier to use. Let's see here. Let's go back. He does add new movies, unlike the other service. These are fresh movies. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, he loads up a bunch for the week, the ones that came out, and they're all Blu-ray, DVD quality. You won't find any cam. Well, there may be 1 or 2 cam shots in there, but they're good ones. So you have a kids, a Spanish section, then you got TV, same way. But there's the fight from the other night. He's got stuff ready, loaded up that he thinks you would like. A lot of the stuff that's hot this week you're going to find in the TV section, just on demand, ready to go, which is nice. Let's see, TV series. It's not as good as like Terrarium, but he's got 150 TV series loaded up in here, and they just play pretty nice. So it's got everything you would want. I'm charging $10 for the first connection per month. Each connection or TV will be $5 additional. and there's a 6-month option as well. Just thought you might want to see what it is, so that way you can make an informed decision. You can run this by itself, or you can run it with the other service or any other service. It's always good to have a backup for those of you that have been complaining because Vader's has been down lately. Yeah, get yourself a backup. At these prices, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to run two, or afford it anyway. It's still 90% cheaper than cable, so you know, we're talking $30 or less a month. You can have two services and never go down. That's the way to go, and that's the way I've been doing it for 6 months now myself. And no muss, no fuss. I don't freak out every time Vader starts buffering. I just go to this service and it's fine. Let's see. Then you have their app itself. This is their software, which I gotta say is pretty good. Loads up pretty quick. You have the live TV section is a short guide. It's refreshing. Doesn't take very long at all. It's a short guide. It tells you what's on now and puts the picture of whatever you wanted in the corner. And again, you have your same stuff that I just showed you, the groups here, so you can watch it however you want. Let's see. So you'll have there's your same sections I just showed you in Perfect Player. We can go to movies, which this is where it shines in their APK. There's your 141 4K movies, apparently you just added two. So they're loaded up pretty good. They're all in alphabetical order. And the cool part about playing them from here, if you do long press, you can play it with VLC or with MX, or you can add it to favorites. Get movie info that way. Works pretty good. They just load right up, man. It's kind of nice not having to pick the source. As you can see, there's 1,717 adult movies. That's quite a few. That'll keep you busy for a while. You can load stuff into favorites. Your TV section. These are just shows that he's got here for easy find. Stuff that, you know, that played recently. Series. There's all your TV series. You can type search, so if you want to search for Ozark, it just gives it to you after you put the first couple of letters in. You can click it from there. There's your seasons and all your episodes. So it's pretty cool. You can long press for more options. You can play them with the players again. I use both the Perfect Player and this app interchangeably. It works rather well. There is a feature on their APK and nobody else has it. It's recordings. You can it has the ability to record like live TV or something, so you can go back and watch it later. It is illegal to capture streams, but if you want to know how the recording feature works, just message me on the side and I'll be happy to fill you in. Enough said about that. That's it in a nutshell. This guy works really hard. He's only been open up a year, and what he's accomplished in a year, hell, in the last 90 days is just freakish how much stuff he has put into this. So I have no doubt this is going to continue to get better, and for a $10 backup or use it as your main, you really can't go wrong. Okay, that's about it. That way, just let me know if you need anything.